Hi there, Dolphins. Believe it or not, very soon you'll select classes for the next school year, the 24-25 school year. This presentation kicks off registration in the academic planning season. So, 'tis the season to research graduation requirements, your progress towards them, and the vast opportunities you have at Ocean Lakes High School and Virginia Beach City Public Schools. Today, we'll go over the process for selecting classes, what you need to consider, and the resources you should use to make those decisions. Choosing your classes is so much more than just registering for some classes. Choosing classes that you'll take is, in fact, academic and career planning. At Ocean Lakes High School, the counseling team meets with students individually for course registration. At that meeting, you'll pick 8 classes and 2 alternates. The first round of course registration meetings starts on January 3rd, and the meetings will continue into Term 2, ending in mid-February. We'll meet with students during English 9, English 10, and Virginia U.S. and History classes. Your teacher for those classes will tell you what date and time you will meet with your counselor. If you do not have English 9 or 10 or U.S. History this term or as a year-long class, your meeting will be in February. If you do not have those classes at all this school year, you need to contact your school counselor to arrange your meeting and pick your classes. When you have your meeting with your counselor, you'll choose a maximum of 8 classes and a minimum of 6 and 2 alternates. So your meeting is actually the end of the process. Before you meet with your counselor, you need to research graduation requirements, your progress toward them, and the special opportunities you have at Ocean Lakes and in Virginia Beach City Public Schools. When you're making a plan and selecting classes, you should begin with the end in mind. What that means is you need to know what you're working towards to make the best decision to get to that goal. Your first consideration when you're choosing classes should be what is required for the type of diploma you'd like to earn. If you're pursuing the advanced diploma, you need to consider the requirements when you are registering for those classes. As you can see, you are required to take English each school year. You need 4 math, science, and social studies credits. More specifically, in math, you need to take at least 1 math that's above the level of Algebra 2 to get your 4 credits. In science, you must take 4 credits, but from 3 different disciplines. You can see what a discipline is on this slide. For social studies, you're required to take 2 world history classes, Virginia and U.S. History, and Government. The advanced diploma also requires you to take 3 years of levels of one world language or 2 years of 2 different world languages. You must successfully complete both PE and Health 9 and 10, and you'll need to take Economics and Personal Finance. You'll also need 4 elective credits. One should be from a fine art or a career or technical course, and 2 of them need to be what we call sequential, which means they come from the same subject area. You'll also need your CPR and first aid certification, which you should get in your PE9 class, and you'll need to challenge yourself in some way by taking an AP, honors, or dual enrollment course or earn an industry certification. Lastly, you'll need 5 verified credits, 2 in English that you'll get in 11th grade, and 1 in math, science, and social studies. These are the minimum requirements for an advanced diploma. In most cases, we advise you to go beyond the minimum requirements as that opens up more possibilities for you after you graduate. The standard diploma is a little less rigorous. However, you can still attend a college or a university or enter the workforce with a standard diploma. The major differences are with the standard diploma, you would need only 3 math, science, and social studies courses, and there are no world language requirements. Again, you're looking at the minimum requirements for the standard diploma. In most cases, we will challenge you to go beyond the minimum because we think it's important for you to view your requirements as the foundation, not the stopping point. What you do beyond your requirements will help you to develop a solid work ethic and an understanding that you have an ability to succeed beyond the bare minimum. If you're a Math and Science Academy student, you're required to earn the advanced diploma. In addition to that, you're required to take an academy level math and science course each year. You also have a required STEM class in your junior year, and you'll complete a senior project or mentorship. The prep, research, and work you will put into the capstone project will span more time than just your senior year. That's an ongoing endeavor. On the course registration and academic planning hub, we have a link to a detailed explanation of each diploma and the academy requirements. To see where you are in terms of meeting your graduation requirements, you can look at your course history in your student view. When you log into Student View, you'll click on Course History. When you get to Course History, you'll see your GPA in the upper right-hand corner. Keep in mind your GPA is calculated using final grades of all the classes that you have completed. So none of the classes you're working on right now are calculated into the GPA you see. A green line indicates that you completed the requirement. Orange means it's a work in progress, and gray means that you have yet to complete or start that requirement. If you hover over the course name, you'll be able to see how many credits are needed for that particular requirement. This is an easy to access resource, but I have to admit that it's not always accurate. If you look at your course history in Student View and you have questions, please make sure you ask your school counselor. You can come and see us to ask those questions, email us, or send us a message in Canvas. We're ready and willing to help. Another way to look at your progress towards graduation is to create your Parchment account and order an unofficial transcript. Directions to set up your Parchment account are linked into this slide deck, and they can be found on the Ocean Lakes Counseling website under the Transcript tab. Your transcript has all of your final grades, your GPA, your test scores for AP, SAT, and ACT testing, as well as the number of verified credits you have earned. It's the only official document that houses your complete academic record. To sum it up, you're going to learn what your diploma or graduation requirements are, if you don't already know, by referencing this slide deck or our website. You need to know what you have completed and what you still need to take by looking at your course history in Student View or having a transcript emailed to you from Parchment. This is the first part of your academic planning journey. The next part of the journey is to do some research. On the Course Registration and Academic Planning Hub, you'll see the course registration form for rising 9th graders and rising 10th through 12th graders. Your teacher should also share a document with you that will give you access to those forms. Listed on these forms are all of the classes or options that we have for you at Ocean Lakes High School. We'll look at an example here. When you look at the classes, you can see in parentheses if a course has a prerequisite or if it's a CTE completer. That's important information for you to have to know if you meet the criteria to take the class and if it can count as a sequential elective for you. When you meet with your counselor, you're going to tell them which English, math, science, social studies, world language, and elective classes you would like to take. In most of those subject areas, you're going to have some options. The option might be honors or AP versus core or standard, or the choice may be between one class that moves faster than another. Or you may be looking at a variety of electives and you don't know which one to pick. If you'd like to know more about any of these courses that you see listed on our course registration form, you can always go to the Virginia Beach Schools Student Guide. The Student Course Guide is linked here. It's also on our course registration hub, and you saw it's linked to that QR code in the upper right-hand corner of our registration forms. The student guide has course descriptions, prerequisites, and grade level restrictions for most classes offered in Virginia Beach schools. Keep in mind, there may be some classes that the student guide has that Ocean Lakes doesn't offer, and vice versa. This week and all the way into February, your teachers will talk to you about the options you have in the subject area they teach in which they are an expert. Your math teacher will talk to you about what he or she thinks you should consider taking next year. That's the same deal for all of the subject areas. Your teachers have very sound advice for you that you need to hear and consider. It's also a good idea to talk to your parents and guardians about your options. They may have some advice for you or questions they would like to ask. Your friends and peers can be good resources too, especially if you're thinking about taking elective classes, AP courses, or other specialty programs. They may not have the same experience as you, but they might be able to provide you with some details you did not know about. On the course registration and academic planning website, found here in this slide deck, in your Ocean Lakes High School bookmarks, also linked on the course registration form, you'll find sections dedicated to the ATC Career and Technical Center and the Environmental Studies program. There's also a section that has information about elective and AP courses and other programs at Ocean Lakes High School. This website has everything you need, including contact information for your counselor, and it's a must use. In November, we had representatives from the ATC and the Career and Technical Center to tell our 10th graders about their programs. The applications for those programs are open now. In January, we'll have 2 visits from the Environmental Studies program at the Brock Center. We'll send details closer to those visits. The week of January 8th, there'll be an elective and AP course fair and one lunch. You can stop by the tables to see what these courses entail and talk to a representative about the courses. Just a couple more tips and nuggets of information. If you intend on selecting AP courses, please make sure you understand that AP classes are college level rigor. They're a great way to increase the difficulty of your course of study, and colleges and universities like to see you push yourself in high school by taking rigorous and challenging classes. That said, you should choose AP classes in subjects that you enjoy, have a particular talent in, and would not mind spending a significant amount of time in and out of the classroom completing assignments and preparing for assessments. Most AP courses involve a significant amount of reading and writing. We do require parents and students to complete an AP commitment form because it is a commitment to take AP classes, and there may be a summer enrichment assignment attached to some AP courses. Please know we encourage you to challenge yourself, but do not take AP classes because your friends are, and certainly don't sign up for an AP class in a subject you don't like. On the course registration hub, we have a section that has course descriptions for all of the AP courses that we offer. It's important to be armed with information when you're picking these classes. Next steps. Now that we've inundated you with information, it's time to take that information in and do something with it. Look at the course registration form that you've been given access to through this lesson or on that course registration hub that I keep referring to. Based on the diploma you're pursuing and your progress toward it, you should be able to start making some course selections. Keep a draft of your selections any way that you want to. Make a copy of the form for yourself, make notes and lists on a separate document, or in the Notes app on your phone, jot down questions on a Post-it or on a piece of paper, whatever works for you. The goal is for you to come to your meeting with your counselor with a good idea of what you want to take next year. Thank you for listening, and please stay tuned for important information specific to the grade that you'll be going into next year. And here's some important information for our rising seniors. We'll once again offer both 4x4 and year-long classes. You're going to select a maximum of 8 classes and a minimum of 6 classes with your counselor. Excuse blocks are a privilege, not a right, that we extend to our seniors who meet the criteria. You must complete the waiver for full day attendance to receive excuse blocks. You should select at least 2 alternate electives because sometimes your first choice just will not work in your schedule. Ocean Lakes High School does not change course requests or classes once the school year prior is over, unless, of course, you take a summer school class that changes your requirements. You need to choose wisely because, as you have learned by now, Ocean Lakes does not change classes once the school year begins. For your English 12, you actually have three options or three levels in which you can take that class. You could take Standard English 12, Dual Enrollment English, which is called College Composition, or AP Literature and Composition. You'll just need to make sure that you tell your counselor which level you want to take, and then we'll tell you where to go from there. Remember that you should take AP courses only in subjects you like, have a talent in, and are willing to invest a significant amount of time in. Please take the time to look at all of your options, especially electives and dual enrollment options. When you meet with your counselor, make sure that you're ready to make your selections at that individual meeting.